Alright, Project Dollhouse is underway. Finally, after all this time, we could finally get a couple extra bucks to go buy some freaking wood and some screws and put this thing together. This is only part of it. This is not the whole thing. It is going to be where the 2x6 is. That is only the first floor. I'm going to be adding 2 more floors, some stairs to get to each floor. And this is just for some dolls, but I wanted to try to do it as cool as possible, I guess, as correct as possible, just to make it seem a little more enjoyable. Eventually, you'll see I did have to get my wife to help me because I do not own a clamp to save my life. So she had to kind of hold these into place once we got further down. Anyone that does work with wood knows once you start screwing it, nailing it, anything, it don't never want to stay as straight as you think they are. So, you got to kind of force them straight. Eventually, I do go make some cuts to secure the floor and keep it at 16 inches. I guess I should have started with the measurements here. 4 foot 2x4s, 4 foot 2x6s, and then 2 foot 2x4s that get cut into, I believe, 14 inches roughly. Might have been 13 3/4. Either way, it's all to keep it at 16 inches for the first floor. And then as we go, you'll see I am securing everything with some GRKs. These are 5 1/8 inch long. I believe they do make them a little longer. And then they also have like lag bolts and stuff like that. But I felt for this project, I really didn't need anything like that. Honestly, I could have got away with, I don't even know if they make them, but just 6-inch Phillips screws or, 5 1/8 Phillips screws, whatever. Either way, don't matter. Whatever you got, as long as they're 5 1/8 to 6 inches long, you'll secure them. I guess you could also toenail them or whatever, but like I say, I didn't stick any nails in this, only some screws. This is the most fun I've had in weeks. This is like Christmas to me, honestly, getting to build this for the baby. And it's not that it's hard to build, it's just this is what I got. Probably wind up letting the kids paint it or something. Once I get everything fully built. I haven't thought about if I'm going to plywood it around the back and the sides and stuff like that, just to close off everything. I really haven't thought about all that. Most doll houses, even the plastic ones, they do have side covers, back covers, things like that. But I feel like if I leave it open, it'll just leave them a little more room to do what they want with it. But I don't want to be accused of being lazy. So I'm going to leave that up to y'all. If y'all think I should put backing on it and siding on it and all that, we'll do that. Like, I know I said I'm going to be putting a roof and shit on there. Of course, I was just going to be putting some deck boards for that. I wouldn't, slats, not deck boards. I don't know why I said deck boards. Slats, like for a fence. I was just going to use fence slats as my roofing material. And that was going to be what I nailed in, but I wasn't really trying to. Honestly, I probably could just use the fence slats and go around and just. Now that I'm really thinking about it as I'm talking about it, I probably could do that. Just take fence slats and go around the whole thing with it, cut it where I need to cut it. Y'all let me know. What would y'all like to see? Plywood, fence slats, Like, how would y'all want to see this? What would look better? And again, this isn't done. This is more or less kind of planning and just. I'm not even really explaining what I'm doing. I mean, you see what I'm doing. Securing the floorboards now. Not boards, but securing the floor. And again, when I extend it out, once we extend it out, I guess the best way to say it would be like, once we extend it out, we'll add more support, we'll add more 2x6s as the floor. And that, like, the way it's running now is how it's going to be running the whole way. And again, we're only going to be extending it out probably about 16 to 18 inches, just to let them have room to play, add room for the staircases.